constantly met with these things on a daily basis, your husband probably doesn't want to come home. Hello, beautiful homemakers. Welcome back. My name is Angel and I'm your digital homemaking coach here at Habits of a Homemaker, where I teach you how to cultivate godly character and habits within your home for the glory of God. Ladies, we are going to be talking about a very good juicy topic today, okay? But before we get into it, I want to remind you ladies that I am having a huge holiday sale on my website, habitsofahomemaker.com, where you can purchase my How to Be a Successful Homemaker e-guide for 35% off, ladies, from now until the end of the year. So make sure that you take advantage of that sale by clicking the link in my description box or the comment section below after this video. All right, ladies, so today we are going to be talking about 4 reasons why your husband hates coming home, okay? All right, are y'all ready for the sister chat? Because we're going to be talking about some real stuff here. So let's not prolong this any further. We're going to hop right on into it, okay? All right, ladies. So the first reason why your husband hates coming home is because he is met with a list of requests and demands, okay? So if your husband is just walking in the door, or for some of you, he may not even have walked through the door yet. He may be calling you just to check in and say, hey, baby, I just got off from work. And already you were on the phone just going in on him, just giving your list of requests and demands for what you want him to do when he gets home. So if your husband is met with the words, I need, take, go, or fix immediately when he gets in the house, y'all, don't let that man be the type that don't want to come home, okay? Or that hates coming home, because he's instantly met with requests and demands. Yes, we as homemakers, we endure a lot at home. There's a lot that goes on with managing the home, especially when you have children and especially when you have multiple children. I definitely understand that. I am pregnant with number 5 myself, and all of my children are little. So I definitely understand that. But ladies, our husbands are also going through a lot at work. They literally have to put on a full armor spiritually and mentally every single day when they leave outside of their home to go into the outside world and to deal with the pressures, the stress, the chaos that goes on the outside world. One of the benefits of us being at home, ladies, is that although we have so much that we're managing at home, we have a lot that we may be going through mentally, physically in our bodies, but we are also at home. There may be times where you're like, okay, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I just need to just go in my room and just take a break. Kids, y'all go to the playroom for a minute, eat a snack, just do something. Mama just needs a minute. Your husband can't do that when he's at work. If he is dealing with a client or a customer or whatever, he can't stop in the middle of that conversation, in the middle of that transaction, in the middle of whatever he is doing. He can't stop and say, you know what, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I need 5 minutes. He can't do that. He would get fired or written up or whatever. There would be consequences. So there's so much liberty and freedom that we have at home, okay? If you want to stop and take a break for a minute because you're feeling overwhelmed with housework, you can sit on the couch. You can put your feet up. You can say, you know what? I'm going to take these next 20 minutes to just watch a YouTube video, just collect myself, eat a snack while I'm doing it. You have the liberty to be able to say and to do those things. Your husband does not. So we have to be mindful and think, when he's coming home, what he may be coming from, the issues that he's faced at work, the evil, mean-spirited people that have talked to him nasty all day, the boss who may be unfair or who has gotten on his nerves all day, but he can't say anything because he doesn't want to lose his job because he knows he has to provide for you and your family. We have to be mindful of these things so that when our husbands are coming home, we're not jumping down their throat and saying what we need them to do and when we need them to do it, okay? So if your husband is coming home from work and he is immediately met with, babe, I need you to take out the trash. Honey, I need you to take the kids. Babe, I need you to go fix the garage door. If he is constantly met with these things on a daily basis, your husband probably doesn't want to come home because he hasn't been able to have a mental or physical break at work. And then now he's trying to gather himself in the car ride while he's dealing with traffic, while he's being cut off by people and probably flipped the bird 1,000 times because y'all people are crazy out here these days, okay? All of these different things he's going through and trying to mentally prepare himself to say, okay, I know when I come home, I'm going to have to put on that armor again. I'm not going to be able to take some load off because I'm going to immediately be met with another list of requests and demand. And that can make your husband feel like he's not doing enough, like he's not worthy enough, like nothing that he does is enough. So, ladies, that right there can be a reason why your husband may hate coming home. All right, ladies, reason number 2 of why your husband hates coming home is because he's not acknowledged or appreciated. Now, let's say your husband has just come in the house. Let's say you're not meeting him with a list of requests and demands, but as soon as he walks through the door, he's not even being acknowledged. No one comes to the door to welcome him home. Maybe he walks through the door and you're on the phone chatting it up with one of your girlfriends and you don't even acknowledge him. Or maybe you barely acknowledge his presence. He walks through the door and you're like, oh, hey, boo. Yeah, girl. So let me tell you about, and you haven't acknowledged your husband. The kids are in their own little world. They walk right past them. Or maybe, you know, they come, oh, yeah, hey, dad, and just go on. Your husband's been at work all day, working for the people that he's coming home to, his family, to not even have them acknowledge his presence, to not even have them stop and say, sweetheart, welcome. I am so glad you're here. To have his family meet him with a hug, a kiss, a smile. That is very demoralizing, to walk into your home and to be so-called the king of your home, the head of your home, the leader in your home, the priest, the provider, and to not even be acknowledged. Okay? No man wants to come home and not even be acknowledged, or to not be appreciated. Okay? To come home to a complaining wife who is just going on about what's not done, what they don't have, blah, blah, blah. And just your husband feels unappreciated. He feels undervalued. No man wants to come home and feel that way, ladies. All right, ladies. So number 3 is the home is always chaotic. Does your husband come home to a house of chaos every single day? I know there are days where it's rough, okay? A lot has been going on with the kids. You may have a baby that didn't whack his diaper off and he's running around the house and you're trying to catch him, and somebody else has spilled some apple juice on the floor and somebody else is screaming from upstairs. They need you to wipe them off the potty. Whatever it is, okay? It can be a whole lot of things that are going on at one time. But is your husband coming home to utter chaos every single day? You should know what time your husband is going to be home. Okay. And so when you know that, you should be able to prepare for that. So if your husband is coming home and the house is always in disarray, as soon as he walks through the door, he can't even get his foot in the door because he's constantly having to push through stuff. He's having to step on stuff. He's even stepped on a Lego after he took his shoes off. And now the man's poor foot is in pain after being on them for 12 hours a day. Okay. Is they're constantly screaming everywhere. Yes, the kids need to let out their energy. But do they have to do it when your husband is first walking through the door? Okay. Now he's coming home. House is dirty and chaotic. The kids are screaming all throughout the house. In fact, he can hear the kids screaming and you yelling at him before he even walks through the door. And it's just stuff everywhere. He comes home, he needs to take a shower because he's been at work all day. And he goes and he looks and there's no laundry after you promised him that you would wash clothes today. And you haven't washed clothes in a week. And so now he's just standing there just waiting for something to happen. Is he coming home to a chaotic house? Physically, mentally, emotionally, is the place draining and sucking the life out of him? He wants to be able to come home to a place where he can retreat to. Does that mean that it has to be perfect? Absolutely not. But he probably is not going to want to come home if the place is chaotic, if the place is always in an uproar. And ladies, when I say that your husband may hate coming home or not want to come home, it doesn't mean that he's not coming home. He can very well be coming home every single day when he's supposed to be there. But in his heart, he doesn't want to be there. In his mind, he's thinking about how he doesn't want to be there because of the state of the home. Because the home is not being kept well, and it's not a place where he can retreat. It's not a place of peace after he's been out in a world that's been beating him down the entire day. And he comes home and the home is more chaotic than the place that he just left. The place that don't nobody care about him. Don't nobody respect him. Nothing's going right. He's just taking a step and then he comes home. The place that he's worked so hard to maintain, to the woman that he's trusted to be the gatekeeper of. But every day it's ill prepared. Every day is chaotic. Every day is a place of frustration and stress and overwhelm. No one wants to come home to a place like that. All right, ladies, and reason number 4 why your husband hates coming home. Now this one is going to step on some toes if I haven't already stepped on some toes. Reason number 4 of why your husband hates coming home is because his wife has let herself go. Now, what do I mean when I say that? Meaning that you have checked out. You have checked out mentally and emotionally. You're not even there. You are so just checked out that you don't care. You don't care about the way the home looks. You don't care about the way it functions. You checked out spiritually. You're not even communing with God. You're not talking to him anymore. Your relationship with him is not where it's supposed to be. And because of that, you aren't where you're supposed to be. So you don't even have anything to pour into him. You can't even encourage him or uplift him because you don't have, you've tapped out. You don't have nothing to give. You have tapped out. You have checked out. You checked out physically. You do not care how you look. You don't care if you look run down. You haven't brushed your teeth in 3 days. You haven't showered. You smell. The way you look is not presentable. Your hair hasn't been done in months. Constantly gaining weight and you literally don't care to do anything about it. And this is not a health related issue. So many different things where you're just like, I bump it, forget it. I don't care. I'm done. I'm over it. I'm over these kids. I'm over this house. I'm over it. I don't care. Deal with it. You're looking at him like, deal with it. Yep, the house is not clean. Deal with it. Dinner's not made. I don't feel like cooking. Deal with it. Figure it out. Order out, right? You got a nasty attitude. All of those things. You've let yourself go. You've let yourself go. Your husband doesn't want to come home to a wife who doesn't care anymore. Your husband doesn't want to come home to a wife who has checked out. So now when he comes home, he has to prepare himself mentally, spiritually, even physically, because he doesn't know what he's about to walk into when he comes home, because you checked out. So now it's like, okay, I know I'm coming home. I didn't even get a chance to take a lunch break today, but I know my wife for certain hasn't cooked. She don't even cook no more. I know the house is going to be in disarray. So I know I'm going to have to clean up. I know I'm going to have to get the kids a bath all by myself. I know I'm going to have to do all of these things, and I still have to go iron my clothes. I probably got to go wash my clothes because she doesn't do the laundry anymore. I have to do all of these things, and then I have to turn around and I have to be at work at 6 o'clock in the morning. Have you checked out? And I want to move on from this point, but for some reason, I feel the Holy Spirit just telling me to minister right here in this moment. Ladies, if you have checked out, baby girl, it's time to check back in. It is time to reclaim your life, to get your life back, to get your mind right. And that can't get right unless you have Jesus Christ. Because, baby, he is the only one that can renew your mind. He is the only one who can create in you a clean heart and renewing you a right spirit. He is the only one that can help you get that back in your life so that you can be the confident woman of God that he's called you to be, and so that you can be a successful homemaker inside of your home, so that you can be the example to your children that you need to be, so that you can be the wife to your husband that you need to be, so that you can minister to your family like he's called you to minister to your family. And you can't do that when you are out of whack. You can't do that when the enemy has smacked you down and you're allowing him to keep you down. You can't do that when you are speaking death over your life. You can't do that when you have mentally checked out. You can't do that when you are sitting there in the same clothes that you've been in for 2 and 3 days, and your kids are screaming, crying because mommy is not present. You can't do that. But I'm telling you right now that if you are in that position right now, if you are finding yourself in that season right now, I want you to call on your Heavenly Father right now to ask him to renew you, to refresh you, to cleanse you, to restore you, because he can do it and he will do it. But you have got to be willing to allow him. You've got to let him do it. I'm praying for your mind, body, soul, and spirit, that it will be renewed, that it will be refreshed, and that you will be able to walk fully, boldly, and confidently in your calling as a homemaker. So ladies, thank you so much for watching. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you all here. I will be having a follow-up video to this where I'm going to be sharing how to make your husband love coming home, okay? I'm not going to leave you here with why he hates coming home and not give you how to make him love coming home. Okay, I am going to be sharing with you ladies how to make your husband love coming home, and I'm so excited about that. So make sure that you ladies stay tuned. I'm also going to be talking more about women who have let themselves go, how to reclaim your femininity, all of that. So y'all stay tuned, ladies, because there is so much more great content that is going to be coming your way. So make sure that you are subscribed if you're not already, with your notifications turned on. Make sure to shop my website, habitsofahomemaker.com, to get your How to Be a Successful Homemaker e-guide for 35% off. And ladies, I will see you all in the next video. Share this video and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts, your questions, all of it. I am here. Love you all so much, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye, ladies.